this was a rivalry that wasn't really remembered or spoken about. In front of me is a Nissan Skyline 2000 GC-R. However, a mere 3 years later, Toyota released this, the Toyota Celica GT. Both were meant to appeal to the American market whilst also having a more performance-orientated look. Very much influenced by the release of the Mustang and seeing the great success that the Mustang had of being a pony car, inverted commas. Which basically just means a reasonable good amount of power, kind of like a touring car, nice comfortable space, more so driver orientated and being about enjoying the road than it is about being a car to take on a longer journey. Anyway, in today's video, we're going to be setting aside both of these cars and modifying them and seeing which one ends up being better now in the present day with video games. Anyway, so we're in the Toyota. However, something I did want to just do quickly is just compare performance stats. So we can see the Celica is definitely the lesser of the two, and this is probably why the rivalry, inverted commas, never really existed. The GTR weighed just a tiny smidge more, and then was just basically far more powerful than the Celica. So the Celica just got roasted, basically. RIP Celica. I believe also the GTR had better handling and performance. Well, handling, just full stop, and then kind of just like roasted a lot of the different race cars from the era. Let's start with the Toyota Celica. So I kind of want them both in A class, I think. And I'm gonna say no conversions besides like body kits. That's the only thing that's allowed. Okay, small problem, it can't go to the top of A class. I might need to turbocharge it.
6.5 hours later.
Okay, so this is how I've had to set up the Celica, because unfortunately, as you guys probably saw, I did try with the stock engine and it wouldn't get to the top of A class. So I went for the 1.6 liter turbo rally engine. Not my favorite setup, but yeah. Obviously went for the wide body kit. Did all of the aero. I've got semi-slicks on, which for how much horsepower does this make? Because I might be able to actually semi-slick. Yeah, okay, it makes sense. I've got two 35s on the front and two 45s on the rear. I've got some nice classy rims. I haven't been able to do the clutch much because otherwise, yeah. Gearbox is fully upgraded, no weight reduction on the drive shaft, and a racing differential. Basically upgraded brakes, suspension, sway bars, blah blah blah, with a little bit of weight reduction, and then all I've done is a slightly bigger turbo. Okay, Celica is now finished. As we can see, I kind of went for a very much fully blacked out look, because I think that will look good. Onto the Skyline. well, the skyline is now finished. I've just gone for the classic grey. I just made it a bit darker. So yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. This is kind of why this wasn't a competition. I could use the stock engine from the 2000 GT-R. Well, I mean, it's like comparing a 4-cylinder to inline 6. That's what I'm doing. Of course, the inline 6 is going to win versus an inline 4. Just, sorry, Celica, just you got the wrong kind of engine. Technically speaking, this is the predecessor to the Supra, though, which has the 2J, but this one never got an inline 6, like an early model inline 6. Anyway, so comparing horsepower numbers, the 2000 GT-R has a couple more horsepower, 30 plus minus horsepower more. However, the Celica has a lot more torque. So that's going to be interesting because the torque is definitely going to help. I suppose that's also dependent on how it's geared, but we'll see. Weight, the Celica comes in just lower, not that much lower. Again, that could very much be played into than the horsepower making up for it. I gave them very much the same tire setup and very same suspension setup, so there shouldn't be much difference there. The only other difference is obviously displacement, with the Skyline coming in with much more displacement. So I actually think this might be a good race now, modified. Let's go find out. Ooh, definitely gets very tail happy and aggressive, but is still actually quite grippy. Okay, getting a little bit tail happy. I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like this is everyone's favorite and nobody really remembers the Celica because, well, it wasn't as good. I personally really like the Celica, but yes, this. Okay, so far this is amazing. Handles really well, it's gripping really well. He says, and then performs quite a lot of drifting. But it's all controlled like power sliding. Sorry, I'm not speaking much because I'm very focused on trying to get like a good competitive time. Horse actually sounds really good. No, I was really hoping that I wouldn't crash. It wasn't a big one though, and I'm quite confident that this is a very competitive time still. I'm very happy with how this car has done so far. Oh, that was very good. Well done to the Skyline there. Okay, well, first impressions of the Skyline is, oh my word, can this thing handle exceptionally well. I'm thoroughly impressed with that car. Celica's turn. So I'm going to be honest, I don't think this is going to perform as well because I think the torque factor is going to mean that this is just going to light its wheels far more, and it's going to be a little bit more drift happy, which is obviously a problem. Yeah, I heard the launch control trying to fight there. I'm just saying, personally, I don't know, I really like the way that this car looks. I did cut the corner there. Shh, nobody needs to know. Oh no, this is gripping very well as well. Oh not as big a fan of being thrown at the corners though. Ooh, and when the tail does step out, it really does step out. Come on, get it under control. Ooh, no, didn't like that, didn't like that. No, it just wants to drift. So considering that this has slightly more aero, I believe, I'm actually surprised that it's as tail happy. I think it's what's making it a little bit more controllable despite having a lot more torque, which would make it a little bit more tail happy. Sorry, had to concentrate. I don't know, I'm very impressed with this car. I'm also shocked. I don't know. It's weird. It's doing what I wanted to, but also not. Like it's a little bit aggressive. That might just be my driving style, I suppose. I'm a very aggressive driver. Okay, well the Celica's very much won that. I didn't expect it to actually roast that hardcore. Why? It felt like very competitive times though. I'm surprised that the Celica destroyed it by like that much. The time, my rival's time is just slightly faster than mine. Because in the Skyline it was basically the same except for it was a .067, not 43. So the fact that I was 2 seconds faster. Okay, well apparently in terms of the modified side of things, like aftermarket and race carness, it would appear that the Celica is actually better. Strange. I'm going to be honest with you, I feel like Forza's not that accurate. I feel like the Skyline would have been better, and if I had done like consistently a couple of laps to get a more consistent lap times and get a better feel for the cars, I do think that the Skyline would probably come out on top. But yeah, a little bit odd. I'm surprised that the Celica did as well as it did, to be honest with you. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I tried to change up the style a little bit and make it a little bit more focused rather than just memes every 30 seconds. Obviously, there's still going to be a lot of memes, I'm sure. But yes. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will hope to see you guys in the next episode. Until then, guys, cheers.